Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to cover why Cathie Wood has recently predicted an upward movement for Bitcoin, as the asset's on-chain metrics highlight bullish trends. She also talks about how this crypto crisis could mean regulations to come sooner rather than later. Let's cover all that in today's video, but before that, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe.
We're launching the Bitcoin monthly, and very excited about it because we think the market needs this. In this report, you will see that for the first time in Bitcoin's history, we've seen 9 consecutive weekly declines. And so when we first looked at that, I think the tendency was to say, uh-oh, that's really negative. My question to the team was, well, could it be oversold? Could the rubber band be stretching here, or is there something wrong? And we don't know the answer to that, so we put that in neutral category. And you'll see we'll put each of these metrics in bullish, bearish, or neutral. But we do know what happened in the last month is that Terra, the blockchain Terra, blew up, and Luna is worthless. I think I'm correct in saying that that the market cap of that ecosystem at one point was around $60 billion, with a lot of well-known advocates for it. I was surprised because algorithmic stablecoins don't make any sense to me. I have a background in economics, and I think you need the backing of something in order to have a stable coin. This did not. And so it didn't surprise me to see the number, I think this is the number of Luna outstanding, go from, in the span of a week, something like 350 million to 6.5 trillion. And I think it maybe even got to 20 trillion. So that's hyperinflation. There was nothing backing it. And I can say we would never have touched it. Nonetheless, that turmoil, that it didn't create a systemic risk. And we've been paying attention to the other stable coins out there. Are they going to so-called break the buck? So that expression came about after the reserve fund, a money market fund during 08-09, broke the buck. People holding that money market fund were going to get less than $1 back for every dollar they put in. And of course, the Fed had to come and rescue that fund, because that was going to become systemic in the 08-09 meltdown. But just the idea that such an instrument could exist has probably given the Fed more ammunition, not the Fed, the regulators more ammunition to regulate in this space. And the Fed could be involved in the regulation.
Now, Cathie Wood believes that the reason behind a slowdown in crypto adoption might be one of the biggest consequences from Terra's collapse. However, she was not surprised by the Luna crash. She doesn't herself believe in stablecoins. In her words, there was nothing backing it. But all this could be reflected in a good light as well. According to her, this crash could mean more ammunition to regulators to regulate this crypto space. Even Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller said, "The main issue in crypto asset regulation isn't how to protect sophisticated crypto investors, it's how to protect the rest of us." So what do you guys think? Is regulation on the cards for Bitcoin? Well, stay tuned, as I'm going to share the latest news regarding possibilities of regulation in the crypto space, as well as what Cathie thinks about it in Bitcoin. But before that, be sure to like and share this video. Now let's hear about Cathie Wood.
There was about $3 billion of Bitcoin used as collateral. They had been building it up in the last month or so. And so we believe all of that was disgorged at one point. That's one reason that the Bitcoin has gone down from, in the last month, just from 40,000 to 30,000. Another reason is the high correlation with the NASDAQ. Now, interestingly, in the last week or so, that correlation broke down a bit. The NASDAQ had a few really good days. Bitcoin did not. So there's something else bothering Bitcoin. It is down 57% since its high at almost $70,000 in November. Its 200-week moving average is 22,000. So today we're at 29,000, I think. Its 200-week moving average is at 22,000 and rising. Now, the reason that particular number is interesting to us is we initiated our first Bitcoin position at, back then it was the 200-week moving average. It was in the $225 to $250 range. So we've come a long way since then, but that has proven to be a nice support. So that's also interesting. A couple of other points I'll just highlight, and you can see in the report. It appears that the short-term holders, and you can see everything in this ecosystem. The transparency is amazing. It does appear, according to our metrics, that short-term holders have capitulated. That's very good news in terms of putting in a bottom. Long-term holders are at an all-time high at 65.7%. That means they've been holding Bitcoin for at least a year. We've got some very strong holders or hodlers here. That's also very good news. Although we might see some long-term holder capitulation to mark the bottom.
She points out that Bitcoin is not really correlating with NASDAQ anymore. At least that could be seen in the last week. She seems to wonder what could be the other reason behind Bitcoin to stay in the $30,000 range. She also signified that it does seem in keeping with their metrics, that a majority of short-term holders have chosen to sell as the cryptocurrency battles to maintain its value above $30,000. And that is all excellent information, by way of placing it in a backside. Long-term holders are at an all-time excessive at 65.7%. This means that they have been holding Bitcoin for at least 1 year.
The last metric that I'll feature, there are many more, is that the futures, Bitcoin futures, are selling at a discount to spot Bitcoin. And during those times, we expect volatility. Now, we don't know if it's up or down, but you can see from other metrics in the piece that our thinking right now, or our judgment call, is the next big bout of volatility in Bitcoin will be to the upside. Nonetheless, we are on guard. The Terra disaster. It was a fiasco for crypto, I think, in terms of raising or giving regulators even more incentive and reason to come in and regulate a little bit more, with more of a heavy hand than we would anticipate.
Securities and Exchange Commission is taking a wait-and-see approach with Bitcoin and other crypto space. Cathie believes that the Luna disaster could result in more heavy-handed cryptocurrency regulations. She also highlighted that Bitcoin futures are currently selling at a discount to spot Bitcoin. And you can see that senators have already started to introduce bipartisan bills to regulate crypto assets. Not just this, news came this week that Britain will begin live testing of crypto blockchain technology for traditional market activities, such as trading, next year. The European Union is finalizing its own sandbox for markets and new rules for crypto markets. Let's wait and watch what the future holds for the regulation in the crypto space. And to stay updated with the crypto world and its happenings, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That's it for today. I'll see you guys with another video tomorrow.